If you are somebody who thought the deep-fried barbecue chicken quesadilla or the bacon-wrapped cheesy egg brick was an abomination or a crime against all that is holy, allow me to introduce you to the newest viral Chef Club creation, the breakfast lasagna. I don't know what these people smoke before coming up with these ideas, but in a world where I thought every possible food monstrosity has already been done, Chef Club continues to one-up themselves and drop everybody's jaws in the process. I guess I'll just hope that my family, neighbors, and every distant relative is hungry for breakfast for every meal for the next week, and let's get right into this one. If you have too much time on your hands and you're unstable enough to want to remake Chef Club's newest fever dream, you're gonna want to grab a lot of syrup and pancake mix, butter and breakfast sausages, way too much bacon, and then some strawberries and blueberries, lots of eggs, some chopped up frozen potatoes, powdered sugar, and salt. As you can imagine, I have many more thoughts and emotions around this, and I'm gonna try my best to put as many of them as I can into words. First of all, my favorite part of the Chef Club video by far is when he says this to the camera.
It's a time saver for the family and the friends. Let's go.
Who in the world does this guy think is saving time by recreating this? Even if I made breakfast, pancakes, eggs, bacon, whatever, for 8 to 10 people, it would not take me this long. Before I even started this, I knew it was gonna take me hours to cook all your bacon off, cook all the sausage off without splashing the hot oil up on your hands, cook off all those potatoes, crack the eggs, make the pancake mix, and then combine them all. This thing is gonna take an hour and a half, 2 hours plus. Of course, you could have most of these components working at the same time, but you still have to wait until they're all done to layer them and then bake them, and that's not even including the baking time, which we will get to in a minute. Next, you may have noticed the quality of some of these ingredients I'm using, from the very thin, cheap bacon to the store brand high fructose corn syrup. If you think I'm using good quality stuff, like real expensive maple syrup in this mess, you're just wrong. That's all there is to say. And before you guys flood the comments with reminders about my maple syrup opinions of the past, it is true that I prefer fake-ish maple syrups, like a Vermont-made log cabin, something of that nature, but they're just what I grew up with. I still prefer anything over the highly processed 99% high fructose corn syrups with a little brown dye in them. Another thing is, although this is a decent idea in theory, the way in which this guy just throws all this crap in the pan with little to no care, between the eggs flopping around, the potatoes that are all uneven, like, there's just no way this is gonna be something presentable, something fully practical. I tried to do a little bit better with mine, but yeah, it's still gonna leave a lot to be desired. Now, as for the baking, he recommends about 20 minutes in a 375-degree oven. I have a sneaking suspicion that will not be enough time, and upon pulling it out, I was correct. The entire middle of this was just liquid. So I stuck it back in there for another 15 minutes, pulled it out, and once again, no. Obviously the in and out of the oven is kind of messing with the temperature of this, but all told, by the end, mine took well over 45, 50 minutes for this to be cooked all the way through. If I was actually attempting to make this for breakfast, it would probably be past lunchtime by now. I assume my family would be quite peeved. But we eventually got there. I plated it up with some of those berries, some powdered sugar, and it is time to give it a try. It smells like breakfast. Even if this turns out to be the most delicious thing in the world, the best breakfast I've ever had, I just can't imagine a time where it would be necessary or even attainable realistically, but we shall see, I guess. I mean, it tastes exactly as you would imagine. It tastes like breakfast thrown up into one plop. For starters, it needs a little bit more syrup, that's for sure. It's predominantly just pancake mix, so if you don't have an equivalent amount of syrup, it's gonna lean dry. It's not bad. The eggs feel the most unnecessary. They're just wildly overcooked. And this needs more of everything besides the pancake mix. More bacon, more sausage. Is it bad? Absolutely not. I have enjoyed the few bites I've taken. Would I ever make this again? Also absolutely not. It just feels like such a waste of time and energy. I guess if you're bored and you don't work, and you want to waste 2 to 3 hours of your day making this, knock yourself out. Otherwise, it's just the latest chapter in the ChefClub social experiment that we can now put a lid on.
With the M without the AD. Flipping burgers and my money super lazy. Try and make a meal tonight, they ain't paying me. Try and supersize my life with my 18. Yeah, our style wasn't wavy, but we had a vision.